Now, the Kaduna state government has moved to boost agricultural productivity and ensure food supply. It hopes to achieve this through improved farming inputs, enhanced irrigation systems, and revival of the state's mechanization hubs. Lupe Asom has details.
Kaduna State is working to strengthen its position as a leading agricultural hub in Nigeria, particularly in the production of maize, rice and ginger. Governor Obasani's administration aims to boost agricultural output through strategic measures focused on enhancing food security. Recently, the state distributed over 500 trucks of fertilizer to over 120,000 farmers. Under the Akomagona program, essential resources have also been provided to over 40,000 smallholder farmers across all 23 local government areas to improve crop and livestock production.
I tell you, within the state, agriculture contributes 43% to the state's GDP. So it's something that is exciting, and we are making every effort to see that we move it to the next level. And our smallholder farmers largely that do this job, the governor's effort now is we want to focus on yield improvement.
The government is promoting year-round farming by implementing improved irrigation systems. This will allow farmers to cultivate crops during the dry season, reducing reliance on food imports and ensuring a stable food supply.
Intervention, the first of its kind in recent memory, is a cornerstone of His Excellency's governance agenda and will supercharge farm yields across Kaduna State. By removing the financial barriers to agricultural inputs, His Excellency has guaranteed that our farmers can cultivate with confidence and that our state will reap the rewards of higher productivity and income.
In addition, mechanization hubs have been revitalized to equip farmers with modern tools, enabling more efficient farming and higher yields.
What we intend to do is we want to revive our mechanization department, our mechanization hubs in the state. The ministry had these mechanization stations where we used to have equipment across. So with this, we want to equip them, but we want to partner with the private sector this time for sustainability. We want it to be private sector driven.
The authorities say these efforts are part of a broader strategy to combat the rising issues of food insecurity. Lupe Asom, TVC News, Kaduna.
A 16-member Safety, Crisis and Prevention Committee formed by the Governor of Kebbi State, Nasir Idris, has embarked on an inspection tour of communities likely to be affected by the floods, as predicted by the Nigeria Meteorological Agency. Hawa Mohammed reports. We'll bring you that report later. In the meantime, in Borno State, Governor Babagana Zulum has received a delegation from Salvation Ministries Church who are in the state to commiserate with the government and people over the flood disaster that washed away about 50% of the city. The delegation, led by the state pastor Duke David, also donated some relief items to victims of the disaster with millions of naira. The visitors want government to integrate academic research into its policies to better address such disasters. Governor Zulum, on his part, thanks the delegation for the visit and assured that judicious use of the items would take place to assist victims of the flood.
For commiserating with us over the last flood disaster that has disrupted socio-economic activities in the state, but has also claimed the lives of many people. May Almighty Allah reward you abundantly. I also want to acknowledge the various support that we receive from you, both in cash and in kind, towards alleviating the sufferings of the displaced community, and want to assure you that inshallah we shall make judicious utilization of whatever that has been given to us for us.
I'm here on behalf of David Ibiyomi, the presiding pastor of Salvation Ministries. The church is based in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. He heard about the flood disaster that happened here and tried to send relief material. So we are here today to present the relief material. As you can see, the truck behind, we are here for the relief material to give to the flood victims.
Back to our earlier report about the 16-member Safety, Crisis and Prevention committee formed by Governor of Kebbi State Nasir Idris embarking on an inspection tour of communities likely to be affected by floods as predicted by the Nigeria Meteorological Agency. Hawa Mohammed has details.
During the inspection exercise, Kebbi State's Deputy Governor, Senator Omar Tafida, said the state government is considering relocating residents to highland to prevent further loss of lives and properties, while providing necessary measures to prepare for impending flood.
They're going to, release water that will cause serious flood to this country, and that the flood waters are going to move towards Nigeria. And if they come into Nigeria, the first place of call is Kebbi. And if it comes to Kebbi, and that's why we are trying to see how do we take care of our people that are along those communities where these rivers.
In addition, Deputy Speaker Muhammad Samaila Bagudu urged the federal government to help in dredging the River Niger as a necessary measure to help mitigate the impending flooding across the country.
But this River Niger, they are coming from Niger, Mali, Guinea, and some countries nearby our countries. So when they meet here, it will cause a heavy flood. And what we observe here is the problem because of the lack of drainage of the River Niger. The River Niger have no capacity to contain this flood.
The committee's finding highlights the urgent need for proactive steps to tackle the recurrent flood threats in the regions. In another development, the Kebbi State government has initiated emergency measures to repair a critical bridge that collapsed at Makera near Birnin Kebbi, connecting the state to the River Niger. The damage was caused by heavy rainfall, prompting the state government to close the busy road. Deputy Governor Senator Omar Abubakar Tafida, on behalf of Governor Nasir Idris, directed the Commissioner for Works, Abdullahi Umar Muslim, to assess the damage and recommend immediate construction of the bridge, and also block access to the bridge to safeguard life and property. Hawa Muhammad, TVC News Kebbi.
Let's turn our attention to Delta State, where Governor Sheriff Oborewori has asked the contractor working on the rehabilitation of failed portions of the Benin-Asaba Highway to speed up work. The State Commissioner for Works, Rural and Riverine Roads, Charles Anyago, who spoke on behalf of the governor, explains that the plea became necessary following the untold hardship faced by motorists plying the route. Ikenna Amechi reports.
This section of the Benin-Asaba Expressway from Kuka Flyover and Interchange to the Niger Bridge, Onitsha, has many deplorable portions, causing motorists and commuters to spend long hours in transit. As part of efforts to ease the movement of motorists, the governor says although the project is handled by the Federal Ministry of Works, the state government is seeking ways to expedite action on the road.
The governor was disturbed. He continued to mount pressure for us to get a federal contractor to proceed to site. We can announce to you that we've been able to talk to the federal contractor for him to leave the other areas where he's regulating at the moment, at the upstream part of this particular route, to come down here. He should have been here earlier than now, but we discovered at the time the materials that he needed to be able to effect these repairs were stuck along the IoT axis because also on account of bad road. So we do hope that the contractor engaged by the federal government will be able to do this quickly so that our people will be saved of this agony that they are passing through. You can see the long stretch of trucks on this particular corridor, and that tells you the kind of traffic count that you have on this axis.
Earlier, the Commissioner for Works inspected the 2.7 kilometers road linking Isela Asaba to Tulu, awarded by the Delta State government to connect these agrarian communities.
I can assure you that the governor's desire to ensure that our different communities are developed is something that he's taking very, very seriously, which is why he has gotten to the extent of mobilizing a number of these, approving mobilization for a number of these contractors. So we do not want a situation whereby a job is given to anybody and he tells us that because he has been very busy scouting for funds, That is why he's not able to kickstart the process.
The inspection continues to Benin Road, Old Amokwe Road, Oviere Okwe Ororokwe Road, and Ezesi Road, where Mr. Aniago charged the contractors to ensure speedy completion of the project and avoid compromising quality.
If you don't begin to do these other ones now, you see yourself using that period that you have used to do critical things to do those ones. And before you know it, you will lose November, and that's what we don't want to happen.
Ikenna Ameichi, TVC News, Ororokwe, Delta State.